For the first time opening Amos, this is the interface you see. So as a beginner, you might be frightened, but you should not. So you have a portrait like this. This is where we work with our data from here till the end. You can decide to resize them by going to View, Interface Properties. You can decide to make it this way, A, or you can decide to make it this way. It depends on the type you want. So I can decide to say landscape. You can make it A5 and whatever. So I like working with this. So we have what we call draw observe variables. So with this, when you click on it, you can draw a rectangle shape box. And this is very useful when you are dealing with an observed variable. Let's say age, then you have male alone. This is what you use. This is not a latent variable. So those that are not latent variables, this is a box we use. We can draw this to be, let's say, a composite score or composite value of job satisfaction. So you just see it as one variable without any indicators or number of items. The next one is this. This is always used to draw the latent variable, and we also utilize this when we are drawing the error terms. So let's say with this, you draw something like this, something like this. So the minimum number of items for each construct should be at least 3. So let's say we have something like this, and we want to draw the error terms to account for the error terms. So you can draw some small box up here. Then so something like this. It can also be like this. That depends on your research, whether it's reflective or formative. So with this, we have another function called the erase object. So I can click on this and erase the variables I think should not be in the model. This title. So you can click on this and you can type anything. So you can say Amos diagram. Then you click OK. Then you have it. So you can decide to have it here. You can align it to the left. It depends. So you can also delete it with the same thing here. The next one is this, list variables in dataset. So when you import your data and you click on this, you are able to select your items or indicators into these boxes that we have. List variables in model is also the same. Add a unique to an existing is also another function. This is what we call select one item. So you can use it to select one item like this. Select them, or you can use select all items. So when you let's use the deselect all items. So when you click on this, it deselect all the items. But let's say you have so many items which you have to do manual. It's going to be tedious. So you just select this, select, and it selects them. So you see they are now blue. You can deselect again. This one called duplicate. This one allows you to duplicate any model or shape you have. So I can click on this and I can produce the same structure. So we also have what we call move. So this move, we use it to move so many structures in the interface. However, let's say you are having a full model like this. This allows you to draw a full model. So you just click on this, then you can draw this oval shape with the same selection of structure or draw a latent to this, just click inside once, gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of you doing manual like this, where you now have boxes which might not even be in good shape, where you draw like this, so they are not in good shape, then you try to draw the error terms, see they are not in the same shape. This is not that nice, and you know that with this we have another feature called touch up evaluate. This allows you to shape your structures, so you can click on this, you see it arranges, do same here, 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 but still you look at these structures and you think that they are not in good shape. So this one allows you to draw this. So when I even click again, I can add more indicators or number of items I need. So I can delete this with the same here. However, with the move objects we have, so you see when you want to apply it on this full structure, you see it's not, you can either stretch it or whatsoever, but you can move the distance. So in order to move, you have something called preserve symmetries. So you just click on it together with move objects and you can move it any way you want. Let's say with this, you think that these indicators should be at the left or right. So you just need to click on this. Rotate the indicators of a latent variable. Select it, click on it once, and you can move it to any direction you want. So let's say you have so many latent variables with their own indicators and there are many. So you can set to put this way, the other one on the other, and all that. So we also have what we call change shape. This allows you to resize structure. So you see, you can make it big, small, narrow, very small. You see, oval shape, very big oval shape, and all that. This is another function we call copy the parameter to the clipboard. So let's say you are done with these structures, the whole model, and you want to copy it to your Word document so that you can continue with your analysis. You just click on this copy and the whole thing is copied. Or you can decide to just do select all, then you put copy, and you have copied it, so you can import it into your Word document. So we also have what we call this reflect the indicators. So let's just select this. So we have reflect, see, this moves it in a different direction. Select data file is where you import your data. So group number 1 working. So you just click on file name, you locate the data file, click on this an example data set. You just click and open, and your data is imported into the software so that you can start building your model. So there's another one, object properties. This allows you to, so with object properties, this allows you to check the properties of the structures you have. So drag properties from object to object. This allows you to repeat the same constraint, especially when you want to put one constraint on another. Instead of you doing it manually, you can easily do it. So let's say with this, when you select, you double click on this. Let's say there's a constraint. Let me see. Let's I put a constraint of like A, like this. So when I select on this, I can decide to say, let's say parameter constraint. So I can take this, drop it here, pick another one, drop, pick, drop. It's the same way with the size. So I can pick this size, let's say the height and width. I can pick this and change it to the same. So if you want them to be the same structures, we use that particular property. This one helps you to zoom in and zoom out. We also have the show the entire page on the screen. So it allows you, this one helps the resize to be in the middle of the worksheet. Multiple group analysis allows you to check for analysis. You can decide to use gender, where you check for the CFA for females and males, the estimates, the loadings, and whether they are the same. So this is another, bring the selected path when you select in some few items. So you basically you need only these functions to be able to work with your data. So you see here, after doing your calculation, but we forgot to add this analysis, calculate estimate. That's what we click to calculate for the analysis. But this is always visible when you are done with your analysis. This is where you check for the report. Select data, still the same. Analysis properties. This allows you to choose whether you want maximum likelihood, generalized least squares, and weighted least squares, and others. So let's say for instance you have missing values in your data. You can start to say estimate means and intercepts. But if you do not have this, or if you choose a different method which does not work, they always prompt you for that. So the next one, this is something you might not tamper with. Bias, you might not tamper with this. So we have the standardized estimate. This one helps you get your standardized loadings, or maybe your estimation. So if you make an estimation, they're always unstandardized. So this one helps you. Multiple correlation or square multiple correlation. This gives you the R square, sample moments, and all this. Modification indices, test for normality and outliers, and other features which might be of interest to you. Let's say you want to do a 5,000 bootstrap for your mediation analysis. This is what you use, this option. You can decide to choose this bias corrected confidence interval. So you can decide to make it 95% or 90. You can decide to make bootstrap, then you can change it to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, any which is of interest to you. Boolean time bootstrap is also there. Monte Carlo is also there. We also have other measures or other, so, and the software by default is set to 1. It means that your analysis or your output is replicable. It's something that when you repeat, still get the same estimates. So if you set it to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you change it to a different one, let's say, and you do analysis, and you don't set it to the same seed for random numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, it means that your estimates are going to be different. So in order to ensure uniformity in your analysis and with other people's research, irrespective of the operating system you are using, but we are still using the same version, which is IBM Amos version 24. It's always set at 1. So at 1, it means that anybody that does analysis with the same data of yours still get the same values, no changes in maybe even the decimal places. So this is all about Amos before you start with the actual analysis.